guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about the second trimester of pregnancy. We're going to be talking about everything from back pain, stretch marks, discharge, Braxton Hicks, every single thing that you need to know about the second trimester. I am here to let you in on. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Alright, so today we are going to be talking about the second trimester of pregnancy. I'm going to go over every single thing that there is to know about the second trimester and what I personally went through in my second trimester of pregnancy now that I am in my third. I do have a paper full of notes here, front and back for you guys. So let's get started because we got a lot to go over. So the second trimester of pregnancy are weeks 13 through 27. It is often referred to as the honeymoon period of pregnancy just because it's the easiest trimester out of the first and the third. It's by far the easiest out of all of them. So people refer to it as the honeymoon period. In the second trimester of pregnancy, you really start to come into your body and you really start to look and feel. Yeah. You really start to look and feel a lot more pregnant than you would in your first trimester. It's called the honeymoon period just because it's the easiest as far as nausea starting to subside and you really start to feel that glow and you're really like, I'm pregnant, and you're getting into it and your body's adjusting to everything. So yeah, glowing skin. It is caused from hormones that are causing the face to appear flushed. So that's where the glowing skin comes from. Everyone's like, that's one of the first things people start to notice is, oh, she has that glow, like you're glowing, you must be pregnant, or that's where a lot of people get that from. Like I said, nausea and vomiting in the second trimester, it will really start to subside and you won't really have any. Some people, I mean, every woman is different, every pregnancy is different, but like with my son, I had nausea and vomiting throughout my whole pregnancy. Whenever I didn't eat, I was always nauseous, I would throw up, and the whole day would just be ruined just because I didn't get up and eat and I was just like feeling like crap. So with my girl, I think I've had morning sickness maybe 3 times, so it's just different for everybody. But if you are having a problem with nausea, vomiting, or morning sickness or whatever, talk to your doctor about increasing your vitamin B6 intake because it could just help to settle your stomach a little more. The second thing we are going to talk about is feeling your baby move and start to kick. About, I want to say 20 weeks normally around, you will start to feel your baby move, kick, and you'll start to feel like little flutters inside. Don't worry, like I said, it's just your baby starting to kick and move around and you're really starting to feel it a little more than you would when they were just like a little pea-sized blip. Now they're like growing and they're getting bigger, so you can really start to feel it. If you have multiple, like if this is your second or third pregnancy, you could feel it earlier. Maybe 13 weeks, people say, is the earliest you could really start to feel your baby moving. I personally, with this second pregnancy, felt her move about 16, 17 weeks the first time. And it just kind of feels like a little flutter in your belly, like butterflies or something. And then as they get bigger, you'll start to get like kicks and thuds, and it's like, okay, yeah, they're kicking me. And then eventually you see foots, ankles, and everything just sticking out, and it's absolutely crazy. So that's one of the more exciting things for you and your partner to experience is your baby kicking for the first time and throughout the rest of your pregnancy. Also in the second trimester, you really start to get your body energy back. In the first trimester, you were very tired, you were sleepy, you were going to bed early all the time. At least I know I was. I was falling asleep. I could not stay awake for anything. I had no energy with my first and this pregnancy. I was absolutely drained of all energy. So the great thing about the second trimester is you really start to get your energy back. And it's like, okay, you want to do this, you want to go out, you want to do more stuff. And you really just are so much more energized. And along with body energy that you get back in the second trimester, you really start to get your sex drive back. Around months 4 to 5, you really start to get an increase, and it could be earlier than that, but usually about months 4 to 5, you really start to get an increase in your sex drive. It's just because your hormones are making like 3 times the amount of estrogen in your body, and it's just making you like a lot more wanting to do it, you know? So, yeah, that's something for you and your partner to look forward to if you guys want to do that. And then next, abdominal aches and pains. So around this time in your second trimester, you really start to feel the ligaments in like your stomach area cramping. It's just your uterus expanding, stretching, preparing for the baby, and it's just growing and getting bigger and preparing for birth or whatever. So it's just the ligaments are, it's everything, the uterus is expanding, so it's pushing every single thing in your body up, and the baby is getting bigger, so you feel a lot of like cramp-like pains, and it's kind of sometimes like period pains, but usually if you're not bleeding, it's nothing to worry about at all. It's just completely normal. Just because I am in my second pregnancy, I do feel the pain a lot more than I did in my first, and just because they're so close together, my body never bounced back officially from having him because I was pregnant 6.5 months after having him. So my body was just getting back into itself, and then it's like I got pregnant again. So it's like I'm feeling everything 10 times more, and it's painful, but I'm dealing with it as best as possible. Along with the abdominal pain comes back pain. Back pain is terrible. It's just something that you're gonna have to go through. We have back pain when we have like our menstrual period cycles or whatever, but when you're pregnant, it's like twice as worse as that. Your back hurts so bad. I would recommend taking Tylenol or something too if it's really, really bad. Me, I just deal with it personally because I know what to expect, but honestly, with my second pregnancy, it is a lot worse, and I'm absolutely, sometimes I cry, literally, because it's that bad, but I just deal with it. Another thing with back pain is sleep. Sleeping at night becomes so difficult, especially in the third trimester, but for me in the second, just because I don't know what it is. I guess it's because I'm so uncomfortable. I already feel so huge, and so I'm just feel like I'm not getting any sleep at all at night. I say I... Oh, okay, so I'm back. I had to like go take care of him for a second. But back pain. It ties into sleep at night. If you have a lot of back pain like I am having, then it's so hard for me to get comfortable in bed. It's so hard for me to sleep at night. Something that can help that is definitely a pillow or like a pregnancy wedge I have, or one of those pregnancy pillows. Those are very expensive, so I don't have one of those, but it can definitely help you sleep a lot better at night, so I would definitely recommend to get those. Like I said, if the back pain is really terrible, then take some Tylenol or talk to your doctor about taking something else to help it. But whatever your doctor recommends and is safest for you and the baby is completely fine. Moving on to your breast. When you're pregnant, one of the first things you notice are your breasts. They're very tender, they're swollen, they're so sore. And then also your areolas, they start to darken. That's one of the things that happen in pregnancy as well. You can expect to go up at least 1 cup size during pregnancy, and if you are breastfeeding, then you can expect to go up probably another one, or at least I did. I went up a lot in my cup sizes, just when I was breastfeeding, because your milk ducts are so full, and it's just like, until you empty it, you'll definitely see the difference and feel a relief. But yeah, your breast will change a lot. And so that's one of the things that I'm still getting used to and dealing with, just because for my first pregnancy, my breasts never really went back to what they were beforehand, which is completely fine. It's whatever. I'm fine with it. So, Next, I want to talk about weight gain. Weight gain is a big issue, period, sometimes with some people. And I know it's like a touchy subject, but when you're pregnant, by the end of the second trimester, they want you to aim to gain at least 16 to 22 pounds. Me personally, I gained about 12 pounds at the end of my 27th week, which is not a lot. But I was already really skinny in the first place. I'm kind of an underweight person, anyways. I could never really gain weight. I don't know why. I just have fast metabolism. I eat like crazy. I love food. I just don't gain weight. So, with this pregnancy, I've gained like 13, 14 pounds so far. So, I'm really trying to increase, my eating and my calories and all that just so that I can gain more weight. But as you gain weight, they they want you to gain at least 35 to 40 pounds, at least for me. They want me to gain that much throughout my entire pregnancy. So I have a long way to go. Now I'm really starting to notice, okay, like I need maternity clothes, so I'm gonna have to do that soon. As your uterus expands and the baby's growing, your waistline is just so much bigger. You cannot fit into your pants. Like I'm at work and my pants are busting open, and a good thing my shirt's covering it, but I know my pants are way too tight for me now for my pregnant belly, so I definitely have to look into getting maternity pants because that's the most important thing. Shortness of breath. Shortness of breath is something that we're going to have to deal with whether we're trying to go to sleep at night, we're walking throughout the day. As your pregnancy increases, you will notice that you get more of a shortness of breath. It only really happens to me, like I said, when I'm walking or if I'm maybe standing for a long period of time or when I lay down to go to sleep at night. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll prop the pillows up and I'll kind of lay like slanted so that my lungs and everything, it's just because the baby's growing, they're putting increased pressure on your lungs, which makes it hard to, get air intake like in and out or whatever. So that's the only thing, but just try and breathe slow, deal with it, and just move slowly if you notice you're having a lot of shortness of breath. If it's like a lot to the point where like, okay, I can't breathe, then I would definitely like call your doctor, go to emergency or something like that. The thing I want to talk about are emotional changes. Just because your hormones are going crazy and they're in overdrive, you are going to go through a lot emotionally. Even like the slightest thing could upset you, it could make you cry. Even the slightest things could upset you, could make you cry. Even like watching a movie, if somebody dies, next thing you know, you're crying. You're like, why am I crying? Because you're pregnant and your hormones. That's why. Another thing with hormones, it causes nosebleeds, gums bleeding, but that's just a normal part of pregnancy. It shouldn't be a lot or shouldn't last so long. So if it does, then I would definitely contact your doctor, but it's nothing to worry about. Also, hormones, the increase in hormones causes hair growth, excess hair growth. Your hair becomes very thicker, darker, and the safest options are tweezing or shaving. Laser, absolutely not. Waxing, you can, but it's just like your body's so sensitive. They say it's best to just not. But I don't think there's any really risks with waxing while pregnant. I just don't think that it's a good idea. Also, what you'll notice is your dreams. Just because of the hormones, again, your dreams are like crazy. I have some of the weirdest dreams, and a lot of pregnant people say that. We have the weirdest dreams. I don't know what it is, why, but yeah, it's just because of our hormones. Heartburn. Our body is making more progesterone, and I think that's how you say that word, progesterone? I don't know, but whatever. Our body's making more progesterone, and this hormone usually relaxes the muscles in the esophagus that normally keeps food and acid down, but because it's an increase in hormones and in that specific hormone, it's causing heartburn. I will honestly recommend Tums as the best thing. Drink a lot of water, and to stay away from spicy or acidic foods or tomato-based foods is what it was for me, like spaghetti, any type of pasta or anything like that really had my heartburn going crazy. No, no, no. Don't climb on that. So to prevent a lot of heartburn, I would say eat more frequent and smaller meals. And like I said, stay away from the tomato-based foods, which really did it for me. But Tums will help. Um, Next, I want to talk about headaches. Headaches are something that just happens in pregnancy. I don't really know why. I think it's also, again, because of the hormones. But one of the safest things to take is Tylenol. Sometimes you can talk to your doctor about taking ibuprofen or aspirin. But again, it's all what your doctor says is safe. I think it's safe in like small consumption, moderation, whatever. So just talk to your doctor about it. But Tylenol can help with headaches, but also make sure that you are eating, drinking a lot of water, and getting a lot of sleep because that plays an important role in that. Um, Constipation. Constipation is something that we also have to deal with. I don't know why, but it's just something that I've noticed a lot more with this pregnancy versus my first. So I would just say eat more fiber. They say can help with constipation. I know foods like avocados, bananas, stuff high in potassium and stuff like that can help with that. And also I would say drink a lot of water. And you should be good with that one. Congestion and sickness. Being sick while pregnant is one of the absolute worst things, at least it was for me. I was sick with my son when I was pregnant, and I was sick for about 2 weeks straight. It was absolutely terrible. My congestion was times 20. I could not breathe out of my nose. I literally went to 3 different stores just to find a specific medicine that my doctor said would help, which is Sudafed. It is completely safe, and I would recommend if you're having congestion problems, Sudafed. Try Sudafed. It should really work. Also, something else you could try are nasal strips and saline spray. Those really also help with it. But altogether, I would just try and, I know people don't purposely try and get sick, but I would just try to not get sick as best as possible because it is absolutely terrible when you're pregnant, and I'm not lying to you. And one of the last things I want to talk about are hemorrhoids. Hemorrhoids are varicose veins that form around the anal area, which can also come from like sitting on the toilet for too long and constipation and all that stuff. So varicose veins are just because they're veins that pop out of the skin, and you can see them more vividly than you would normal veins up under the skin, but it's just simply because there's an increase in blood flow because of the pressure of the baby, especially on your legs. You'll see a lot of varicose veins. Just try and move around a lot, drink a lot of water, keep your feet elevated. So if you have to sit for a long period of time, just try and keep your feet propped up, and that should really help to increase the blood flow, and just that also helps with like cramps and muscle spasms, water, and just keeping your feet propped up and stuff like that, and that should be fine. And then the last thing I want to talk about is self-pampering. As you can see, I have my nails done. They're not even salon done. I literally got some nails at the Walgreens and I stuck them on. It's 10 times cheaper, and it just works for me. It may not work for everybody, but get your nails done, get your hair done, go get a massage. Just do stuff that makes you feel good, makes you feel beautiful, because a lot of times in pregnancy you can feel very, very uncomfortable. Yeah. A lot of times in pregnancy you could feel very, very uncomfortable, you could feel ugly, and it's very easy to feel like that. So if you notice that you're feeling down or just anything, just go and try and do something to make yourself feel better, to pamper yourself. And also that is what the man in the relationship can do to try and make you feel better about yourself or whatever. Then just take your woman out, show her a good time, get her pampered, just go have a nice relaxing day. No arguing, no nothing, because we don't want any stress or anything to affect the baby. So yeah, that is pretty much it. I think I got through this pretty fast, and I got through a lot. Yeah. Oh, also, at the end of your second trimester is really when your skin is like stretching and you're getting really big. So I would recommend to start using oils, and a lot of stretch mark prevention stuff will really, really help. Um, so a lot of stretch mark stuff, because your belly's getting bigger, it's expanding, and so your skin is just like getting stretched out. So use stretch mark cream, oils, and just stuff like that, and constantly stay moisturized. I cannot say that enough, because you will get stretch marks. If you're gonna get them, you're gonna get them. There's nothing you can really do to prevent it, but I think it can really help to like lessen it, if that makes sense in any type of way. But yeah, and the last thing, always, I'm sorry, this kid's like shaking the camera. Always make sure that you are eating and drinking healthy, and that you are staying away from anything that is stressful. We don't want to stress the baby out. We just want to have a happy, healthy pregnancy. So make sure, like I said, eating and drinking water are the most important things, and getting enough sleep, and just staying calm and carefree, because it's the best for the baby. So I think I covered everything in a great amount of time. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.